And we are live. Welcome back to the newest installment of the Mecca of Banter podcast. It is your boy, Hoove, Young Yid on Twitter. Doing pretty good today, gents. I won't even front. I've tasted not a loss for my European team, which was awesome. I had a fantastic weekend up in rival city Chicago, visiting some friends, doing the St. Pat's thing. Life's all right. Despite the position of my team on the table, both of them, frankly, at least one of them can't get relegated, so that's sweet. But joined here with the lads, ready to chop it up once again. We'll start off with Nikki. How we doing, my man?
You know, I'm a little salty pissed, Hoove.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Yeah, last week we didn't record, and we were coming off a Aston Villa dub, and I was in great spirits. And then this week we lose to fucking Newcastle. Reece James gets injured, and we're fined $10 million. So I'm not thrilled to be here, but I'm here. I'm happy to see you guys. St. Louis City ain't helping me either. Having a great weekend. Yeah.
I think you need a lip pillow.
That's such a crazy 360 of a.
There's a whole bunch of things in there. Yeah, I mean,
a lot can happen between pod recordings.
We took a week off, scheduling issues. It was nice outside. You know how it goes. We're playing a little bit of hooky, but things changed for you pretty quickly, I'd say. So we'll jump into it. We'll make sure to touch on every single one of those topics.
I'm here so I don't get fined.
Winksy, my man, how we doing? North London rep.
Yeah, man. Another week, another 3 points against the mighty Everton. I still don't feel any less anxiety around it though, knowing that we're 2 games in hand over City. Thankfully, we got 6 points from those 2 games. I still am not going to feel any less nervous until we get to, sort of that magic number point, if you will, of, fully securing it. And I just know that that's not going to come until almost the end of the season. So still anxious, but one more step in the right direction.
Yep, I don't blame you. We've seen it happen before, and it is still on the table. But I won't prod too much because I got nothing to say about it. And then Bucci May, and the man who loves his manager the most. Glad to have you back on the pod. How are we doing, my man?
Good to be here with you guys. I got a whole list of players I want to sell. Is that cool?
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready to rip it later. So I came prepared today. I'm upset. I'm angry. You know why I'm most angry is because I texted Griff and Dobes and Jordy. I said top 4, baby, great day. And 10 seconds later, that fuck Richarlison toe pokes one in and scuffs it. 10 seconds, guys. Literally 10 seconds. That's what happened. Mm-hmm.
That's brutal.
Mm-hmm.
He did scuff it, too. It was not a clean hit. No, it was not clean. But when the bird strikes, when the pigeon hits, that pigeon hits, baby.
The way he sellies is one of my favorites. He'll score and his face will just go stone cold.
He doesn't know what to do.
I love it.
We'll get to it, but I saw a tweet a while ago that he's the king of scoring late goals when you're behind. So much so that he doesn't actually know how to score winning goals. It's comical. But before we get to the Prem, we do want to talk about our local. Another really disappointing performance yet again in the Tina Turner kits. The gold of St. Louis City against the real black and gold of LAFC. Hyungmin Son special. I was asleep at 8:30 after taking part of the Chicago St. Patrick's Day Parade, so I did not get to watch this game in its entirety, but I did see highlights. Gentlemen, just off the top, give me a couple things about this one, and then we'll go into the world view, the 50,000 feet up view after that. So the game specifically.
We didn't look bad. Berkey needs to save both of those.
Mm-hmm.
Our center backs need to step. Edelman and Durkin need to stop making mistakes.
Bro, that's my thing. Nick, I think Nick's spot on. We don't have a how do you say it? We don't have a facilitator. There is no facilitator, bro, in the center midfield. Those two guys are not, they can't make everyone around them better. You got to have someone who does. And we don't have that. They don't make other people around them better by, whether it's like a confidence thing because they know that if they get the ball, they're not going to lose the ball. You got to have someone like that. It's at any level, dude. You got to have a freaking quarterback. We don't have one.
Yeah, I think I don't even know if we had the podcast to chat, but we do want to extend our deepest condolences to the Lowen family. Obviously everything that they've been going through is nightmarish, devastating. The words really don't mean much when he's gone and he and his family what they've gone through. So obviously everything that we talk about in that sense is taken with a grain of salt because I don't know how I would approach that either, and it's nothing but privacy and respect for him and his family right now. But it's not news that we don't operate the same without him on the pitch. The day that we do see him, if we do see him, it will be a unbelievable ovation, and he will get nothing but love from this city as we feel that he has thus far. But yeah, man, Henry pointed this out, and he said, there's no point in a 3-back, 5-back system if your center mids can't tempo control, if they're not the ones picking up the ball, finding spots, playing outlet passes. Wallum and Santos can't do that from the wing. That's not necessarily their responsibility in the first place, but we knew Durkin and Edelman was going to be an issue, receiving, turning, pushing the ball forward. So yeah, no, you're 100% right. Like, I don't even think that they're that bad. It's just that we're now playing a style and system, which honestly is not that bad. The system and the tactics and the plan were not miserable. Boys, you look at the stats on this one. We led every category. We had 55% possession. We had 1.15 XG. We had 18 shots, 2 big chances. Like, we kind of took it. We were toe-to-toe with these guys. Berkey lapses are tough. Should Polvera have stepped? Absolutely 100%. And Berkey has every right to be pissed at Polvera for not stepping on that first one.
I also think Edelman and Durkin put Polvera in a shitty spot. Like Polvera, yes, you 100% needs to step, but it's because Durkin and Edelman lost the ball and couldn't get back and fill that space. And he had to make a decision between running with his runner or stepping. And so he didn't step, and they shot forward.
And unfortunately, you got to flip it back to Berkey too. Like, brother, we've seen you make these saves. The chance I think I saw somewhere was like 0.1, 0.08 XG on the second goal from outside the box low. Like, brother.
If I'm a center, as much as like we want our center backs to step there, I'm feeling pretty confident with Berkey behind me to allow those shots. Like, I'm
almost throw. Yeah, like if I don't get there, okay. But it was such a far shot from such a poor angle. It's like, all right, I know I got one of the league's best goalkeepers, DP goalkeeper. Thanks, Corey Ray. That's something as a defender for sure. You trust your keeper all the time, especially in the capacity that we have in Berkey. But some really, really suspect goals to give up.
Yeah, but I sound like a broken record, and Butch pointed out, we have 1 goal and 6 against. That's an awful stat line to start the season, but like, I feel more confident than I have in a long time about this team just because of what I've seen on the pitch. Obviously, the stat lines aren't showing it, but like LAFC is a top team in this league, and I think we went kind of toe-to-toe with them. Yes, does the scoreline look like 2-0 look awful? But like, I think those are both mistakes that we could fix. And if we have one or two of those chances on someone, maybe not Simon Betcher or someone who is a little bit more experienced, like that's a whole different scoreline. I think a lot of the games are kind of like that. We've looked good, but the scoreline doesn't really show what we look. Obviously, being second to last isn't great, and with the new head coach doesn't look great either. But I think there's something there, and I'm hoping that we can kind of find something in the next couple of games.
Yeah. I just don't think the center mids are risk takers at all. Like,
no,
the thing for me, this is when you know it's bad. Like, I remember a couple weeks ago, we were watching maybe the second game. Dobes texted me and goes, Butchie, I legit think we could be dropped in and connect passes. That's when you know it's bad.
Yeah.
You got 2 30-year-old washed up guys who are over here talking and not obviously there. But they don't take a risk. And you do have some dynamic players ahead of you, right? You got Hartel, you got like Betcher's mobile, like Tuchert's like those guys can play, but we don't take risks at letting them go do their thing and progressing forward. It's all, you got 2 workhorses that aren't tempo setters. So you need at least one. You got to have a balance. If you want to have Durkin who runs all over the place, you better have somebody next to him who can be a little silky, take a risk, split the lines. I don't see a good future the rest of the year with these 2 guys in the midfield. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like,
no, I don't think anyone would argue that. The caveat to our position and the last stretch of 4, San Diego, Seattle, and LAFC are 3 teams that I back to potentially be in the final, make deep playoff runs at the very least. They are comfortably some of the best teams in the league. Should we have more goals on the board? 100%. Do I think that we were going to go win a game against those 3? I'm not so sure that I was. Realistically, we should have tied Seattle. We went toe-to-toe with them, and it was a Wallum mistake at the back that led them in an easy tap-in. So those are disappointing results no matter what, because you want points on the board. But, man, the schedule gets a lot easier after this. And New England just came off of a 6-1 win over Cincinnati. I don't have a ton of the context. We had a red card, but they kind of took it to them early. But they're averaging 2 goals given up a game. So we're at least showing up next week at home against a team who is not of the same quality. I do think they're pretty decent, but ideally we see a little bit more output. And dude, at the end of the day, man, it all kind of comes back to the fact that we let João Klaus walk. He's got 5 and 6, I think 5 and 7 maybe, and an assist. And we did not have a contingency plan for that. We could have absolutely used him this year. And I know the Corey Ray, Heimblum, the sporting director view, you take the cash when you've got it. He was on his last year. We've said this BS before, but you had to have some sort of plan. And this Cordova cat has not even really gotten up to speed with things. It was never going to be Simon. Does he do good things? Yes. Has he missed sitters this year? Yes. Does Teutsch even have more than 45 minutes in his legs? Who knows? It's like Teutsch is one of our highest paid players. I think there could even be more pointing to him as an issue than Simon, because Simon's kind of on a cut rate deal, and I think a great guy to bring off the bench in the 70th. But we just don't have an attack. Like, Hartle can only do so much, and he's trying his best. Like, he's got our only goal. He facilitates everything going forward. We're still figuring out that second striker, second 10 role that we kind of have under Johan. So I think it gets better, tentatively saying, hesitantly, but it's just not. It sucks to lose, especially when what we've seen on the pitch and the style and system has been a little bit better than what we kind of expected, and 2 have had. If we've got that year 1 team, year 2 team even, playing this style and system, I think we're doing pretty okay. But we just don't have the pieces in place.
It's all about balance. It's up to the coach. You just got to balance it out now. You got to figure out who is going to give you that.
Yeah, we gave him a pretty disappointing roster too.
Yeah.
But next week, City Park, be there, be square. We will take on Timmy Parker's still there, right?
Is it Saturday night? Is that the game?
I think it's Saturday night. Yeah, it's Saturday night.
You guys want to go?
Prime time, baby.
Should we go?
Prime time, 7:30. I think we've got. Is Timmy in the back there? No. Did Timmy go somewhere else?
Timmy went to New York, eh?
Who knows?
Oh, yeah. He's not with. Yeah, he's not there anymore. So, oh well. We'll maybe see Timmy another day. But moving on forward, I will get my Chelsea and Newcastle were the first game that we will hit on in the Premier League. It ended Chelsea 0, Newcastle 1, and I am not going to say this to rub salt in the wound by any means, Nikki, but this was a pretty easy Newcastle double chance bet that I banged and felt really good about. I think it's just one of those games for you guys that, you know, Ellen DeGeneres did it again.
Sorry, Nick.
Yep. Yeah, fortunately or unfortunately, I got to watch this game in front of most of you guys at one of our good buddies' diaper party. So they got to see the pain in my face as we consistently missed chances and couldn't score against Newcastle. And it's funny, that's usually not what I want to come on here and complain about, because this is only the second time that we've ever been shut out all year. So scoring goals hasn't really been a problem for us. But guess what has been, guys? And I've been saying it for fucking weeks. Our center backs suck. Fofana is cheeks. You guys have been saying it. I've kind of been not disagreeing with you, but also not agreeing with you. But now I fucking agree. I miss Levi Colwill. I never thought I'd ever say that. I think he does not make the same mistake. I don't even know. I have rewatched the goal a couple times, and I have no idea how Willock gets so wide the fuck open, or who it was either Ramsey or Willock. He makes a run across it wasn't even the wing. It was kind of the center of the field, but just a diagonal across our center backs. And Chalobah is so out of position. Reece James is having to try to hawk him down, who's playing defensive holding mid for us. And then Fofana just completely gives up on the play. And they do the classic FIFA where the goalie comes out and they pass it to the wide open guy, and Aaron Gordon has a tap in. And if Fofana just runs with Aaron Gordon, he's making Willock at least try to score and put it past Sanchez. So
Anthony Gordon, sorry.
Anthony Gordon, sorry. My fault. But yeah, there's so much that I could talk about. Sanchez's cheeks, our center backs are not great. We have Garnacho starting for us, and we spent $2 billion. We have Liam Delap coming off the bench to try to provide us something creative going forward. Are we kidding? I'm just,
what a bust.
Cole Palmer is not playing well. It's funny. I saw this interview with this kid after the game, and he's spot on. He's like, we've spent how much money, and it's funny, this guy's hurt now. We maybe have one starter in the England side. Maybe. And Reece James is now hurt, so he's probably not even playing. So we have no starters, and we spent a dumb amount of money. I'm ranting now at this point. This one just really hurt. It was kind of a must-win, I thought, in my eyes, as we're kind of fighting United and Liverpool for that last and Villa for that last Champions League spot. And I think this one would have been a huge momentum change for us. Also, after the loss to PSG, I was expecting us to come out a little bit more hungry. I was not happy with João Pedro, too. I thought he's been in incredible form of late. And I don't think he created enough for us going forward. But yeah.
How much you spend on the lap?
I think 30.
You better ask for a refund, bro.
Bro, he's so bad.
He's been
30
He's-
million euros, 40.5 million
You need a
US
He's
refund,
been
brother.
bad.
for that guy.
Bro,
Bro, he'd be good
I'd
at
rather have Mark Guiu than fucking Liam Delap.
he'd be good at like Burnley.
Mark Hughes gives you something else, dude. I
know.
don't see anything.
Bro,
Liam Delap's like Gyökeres, except he can't score.
bro,
Like
it hurts.
they're pretty similar players. Gyökeres kind of just finds the net here and there.
Bro, it hurts. Yeah,
All right.
our bench for this game was our two attackers were Guiu and Delap. That is who we had on our bench. Everyone else was defenders.
Well, what's your best center back pairing?
In my opinion, fully healthy or like right now.
Fully healthy, both.
Fully healthy, it's Levi Colwill and Chalobah, in my opinion. And I'm happy with those two. Like I truly am. Like I think those two as a partnership, like obviously, okay, I'm happy with it, but I don't think they're a Prem winning center back partnership. So like maybe I'm not happy with it. So like I think Levi Colwill needs a little bit more experience, but I think he's so talented and can be something special at that position. And I think Chalobah is just a consistent center back that you're always going to know what you're going to get. Does he have a mistake in him? Yes. But does he have brilliance in him? Yes. And I'm okay with that. I think the big problem is Sanchez behind him. I think the goalkeeping situation is so horrendous that that's kind of in the back of their mind. Like it's kind of what we were talking about earlier with Berkey. When Berkey's in your net, you're like, your confidence is up as well. And like when you have Sanchez in the back, you're like, holy fuck, I have to step up my game or we're going to allow a lot of goals.
What about the Sar kid?
That's a wild issue to have. I mean, like
I don't mind the Sar kid, Butchie, but once again, like we have so many mid-level center backs that we are rotating through that I can't find one to like latch onto. Like Achingpong is good, and I think he's gonna be like brilliant, but like he's still young and he needs another center back partner to like help him while he's learning and experiencing and growing. And we don't have that. So every time we put these youngsters who might have something and might have a talent in that position, they're put in really shitty situations and then their confidence is getting hurt. And
Yeah.
I hate it.
Where was Achimpong?
I think he's hurt.
It's not listed.
No, he's not listed at all. I don't even know. I have no clue.
You have so many players. It's kind of hard.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fuck. And
Yeah.
Pedro, and I hate to say it, Neto being suspended was a huge hurt to us. And like, I hate that I'm saying that.
You
have the most unique issues ever. Because like we're talking about, you spend all this money, yes, and then you don't need it. You know, you can't beat a dead horse. But with that money, we've got Garnacho starting because Pedro Neto's out. But Pedro Neto at his best is threatening on the wing. He's not really producing. We have a running joke, and I mention it every time I watch him play. He will do everything until he gets within 5 yards of the box.
Yep.
And then his brain melts and he hits a cross into the side netting or loses a dribble or like he's such a interesting character.
And honestly, like, I think Esteval, like, I know he's going through some family issues and obviously we want to support him and all of that. But like, at the same time, like, we need him desperately. Like, I think he is someone for us that if he's not starting and providing instant impact, he's such a great sub for us. And like, I think we could have drastically needed him in this game as well. And like, I think he's someone in the future that like, once again, just needs experience and continued growth and like, we'll be fine. But it's funny. I've been ranting this long about the game and we haven't even talked about the fucking suspension and fine that we were just charged with. And like,
oh, dude.
Yeah. So can you break that down for anybody listening who might not?
So Chelsea Football Club was given a fine and suspension from, is it FIFA?
The FA.
Or
I think it was the FA. Yeah,
it was the FA, and it was for our academy. Supposedly, we were pretty much giving more money to our academy players than what we were saying, and we were fined $10 million, and then we were also given a 2-year possible first team suspension. So what that means is if we don't break, we're not suspended officially, so we can still buy players in the summer. But if we were to break another rule, then the ban would go in effect and we would be suspended for 2 years. So we pretty much get to try to prove ourselves until the next 2 years. And if we don't break a ban, then there's nothing that happens to us, I think. And the reason that is because we self-reported the claim. If we wouldn't have self-reported it, they said that we would have just automatically been suspended for 2 years of signing first-team players. So the fact that we self-reported it, and this is all of this dealings are during the Abramovich era. So I have a feeling that's why it was self-reported. It was kind of our new ownership being like,
or somebody has an insider at the FA that was like, you guys need to report this or else.
Yeah.
Yep, you could definitely be right on that. But I said in week, if you guys want to touch on that, I did say it in the group chat though. I think it's going to be interesting to see what comes of the Manchester City charges, because it'll show like if you fight them and don't say a word, or if you self-report, which one is worse for you. And I think we'll have a great example for clubs moving forward.
I mean, they just have about 15x the charges that you guys had, but
we had 85.
Oh, there was 85?
85?
How many?
You guys are some bad boys.
That's what I read.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I think?
But also apparently it's literally like we paid blah 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 Academy's mom 10 G's or something like that. Like,
oh, so you were SECing it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You were Nick Saban that shit.
That
You were
NIL
NIL
money over in
yeah.
England.
Bro.
Dude, and it was the Hazard era too, wasn't it?
It was.
With some of those players. You know what I think? I think they should strip you of the 2016-2017 title, and then that would go to Spurs. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, huh?
You'll never sing that.
You'll never sing that. Champions of the league if Chelsea gets their title stripped. You'll never sing that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you would hang in the Raptors though, wouldn't you?
You're damn right I would. Not a lot's going well for me over here. So, yeah, interesting days over at Chelsea. You know, João Pedro's not stepping up. He has been stepping up. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That everyone can accept that. But
Dove's about to owe me $50 for his 20 goal contributions.
Cole Palmer, the team that you were, the guy that you were supposed to build the team around, is looking less and less like an England starter.
Three open play goals in the last 14
he's looking not great. The team that you built around him is full of teenagers that your bully, took a punt on and hoped was going to pan out from a business standpoint. It's interesting stuff over there. You're doing okay in the league, but it's interesting stuff.
I'll also say one thing that I thought was quite interesting was some people, and this is kind of on your conspiracy of the insider thing, Winks, but some people think that is the reason why we were going so crazy on a lot of youngsters early, obviously for the business reason side of it, but we were fearful that we were going to get banned, so that they were pretty much like buy as many people.
So you guys signed 45 7-year contracts.
I think that's a pretty good theory, to be honest.
Chelsea as a whole is a conspiracy theory club.
It's something's up.
Some shady oil shit.
But speaking of my weekends not going the way that I want, Arsenal beats Everton very late with more of the dark arts that they're becoming known for. 2-0 at home.
Before Winks talks about this, I just want to set something for everyone. As I stated earlier, me and Winks might have been at the same party, and if you guys know, both games were on at the same time, and one of us was watching their club's game.
And one of us doesn't have a USA Network subscription, so I couldn't.
That's all I will say.
I blame the Premier League for putting games on 7 different streaming platforms.
Watching my game during that time, and Winks was socializing with the friends. So.
Your boy did rewatch it though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, and I don't really know why I did, because it wasn't an exciting game. We did get exactly what we needed against Everton this weekend. 3 points, another step towards the title, like I mentioned, but
known Arsenal bogey team too.
Exactly, that was huge, and getting into that a little bit, for most of the match, it was just frustrating. Like, I've talked about it before, the way Premier League teams play us forces us to play a way that isn't attractive. You know, we're much more entertaining to watch when we're playing teams outside of England purely because they don't, for the most part, sit back in a low block. Everton, doing Everton things, sat back in the lowest of blocks, throwing bodies in front of every shot, and Jordan Pickford, you know, for the most part, played a great game up until the very end. And, you know, as I'm rewatching it, I know that I obviously know what happens, but if I was watching it for the first time instead of refreshing FOTMob, I would have thought like this is going to be one of those 0-0 nightmares in a game where we need to be winning out, you know, throughout the rest of the season. But, you know, thankfully we have a striker who does put the ball in the net, and Gyökeres pops his in with this breakthrough, and that, you know, at that point Saturday, when I'm sitting there with Nikki talking about and Butch talking about both of our games, like that tension just like relieves. I look up at both of them and I just put my, I put my mask up, and they're both like, no way. And
I was
just
about to
like,
say, like, this motherfucker, me and Butch are both watching the Chelsea game, and I just like happened to peer up and look at Winks, and he's just sitting there with a smile on his face. I'm like, no. And we just both check FOTMob, and they
just a shit-eating grin. And, you know, like I said, that was like a big tension relief, especially with it being, you know, so late in the game, 89th minute. I'm like, all right, that's good. We'll defend from here, whatever. And then, you know, just when you think that's like the story of the day for us, you know, I think arguably, not even arguably, but a moment that'll be remembered, you know, way more intently is 16-year-old Mac Dowman breaking through, heading the ball down past a defender, dancing the last one, and becoming the youngest goal scorer in Premier League history is pretty cool. And I think that, you know, maybe you guys will agree, maybe you won't, but I've seen a lot talking about how the way we've played this season, he looks the least like that in terms of the way he plays. And I think that, you know, he's the reason we bagged both goals. I'm unbelievably stoked for him scoring, and equally so for sort of that unpredictability and creativity he brought to us in that second half when we so desperately needed it. You know, he was one of the very few creating in that way, and I think honestly that's the biggest takeaway for me in this game is it wasn't that vintage beautiful Arsenal football that plays beautiful football but doesn't win anything. It was us being, you know, our most relentless. And, you know, if we're here to win this title, especially still battling in 3 other competitions, it's flat out, you know, going to be by us grinding teams down, staying patient, and finding those moments eventually. And that's exactly what this felt like. So I think all in all, I'm glad we stayed with it, and I think the depth of our bench, you know, helped us a ton in this instance, especially with Timber going down. But being able to bring on guys that can, you know, effectively make change consistently has been important to us the entire season, and will be if we're gonna go all the way here.
Yeah, he's got that. We'll talk about it in Liverpool too, but he's got that youthful confidence. There's just no tactics that'll stick with him. And what's he have to lose? 16 years old, take somebody on, sure.
Absolutely.
I hate Arsenal, but he's really good.
He's gonna be fun to watch. You know, I hope that with, you know, his showing that day, I know he was injured for a little bit, came back and played with the U21s and looked great, but I hope that with us still with us still having so many more games left, I hope that he, you know, gets the opportunity to shine more than just a Premier League game against one of our slump buster teams.
I'm interested to see what Arteta does with Doman here at his age, because Lamine Yamal's already played 144 games for Barcelona, and he's only 18. 144 games. Doman's only played, and so Yamal started at 16, right? He played like 40-something games. He was playing all the time, and now he's just like best player in the world, arguably just an absolute monster. So does Arteta only play him like he's been playing him, or does he start to give him more time?
I think you should give him more time, but
I do think with the depth that we have in our team right now, I don't know that there's a sense to rush. I think that you could argue if we were, in second or third or fighting for, European football and it was higher stakes to move up the table, or to focus on winning a specific trophy, I can see it both ways, but I think with the depth that we have, it doesn't make a ton of sense to,
Will you lose him?
push the limits. I don't think so. I think like if we give him opportunities in like have a conversation with him, obviously, but I tell me if I'm wrong as a coach, but in my opinion, I would have a conversation with him, let him know like obviously he knows how deep we are. We have a ton of games to play across all of these tournaments still, and the league. Like I think we give him minutes. I'm not saying put him back down to the U21s or anything like that, but I don't see a reason for him to play every single game when we're as deep as we are. I think from here on out, unless it's absolute must win, we need to be playing the dogs, but he's also so young still.
You're not wrong. I think the conversation part, you are right. But my question is, Arteta just keeps buying people. He keeps spending money. Like you have Madueke, who's coming off the bench. You have Eze, who doesn't start a lot. He's coming off the bench. You got
Left
Martinelli and Trossard on the other side. So it's like if I'm Dauman, I'm like, I'm a star boy, and I got 5 dudes ahead of me. Like, because Yamal has set the standard now. Right? At 16, he was a star, and he came in and he got all this game time. Now he's just the best player in the world. Dauman's a phenomenal talent, but if Arteta keeps these guys, he keeps buying people because he wants the deepest team in the world. Dauman's going to keep he's going to keep falling like down the pecking order. Yeah. That's why I asked you think you might lose him at some point, because if Arteta doesn't stop buying people, the kid's got to play.
I don't think we'll lose him, because I think we also have a few people who aren't going to be on our first team roster for much longer. I don't even know if we'll have Trossard by the start of next season.
Or Party.
Or
bro,
what?
Party's already gone, bro.
Yeah.
He's about to be in the Villarreal.
We got rid of him.
Villarreal, what do you call it, man?
JLFC.
No, he's going to be in the solitary confinement, bro.
Prison FC team.
He's going to be long gone.
Prison FC legend.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I think that we'll be in a good spot come the time that he's ready to go full time, and hopefully that's next season, and we can just get him right in. But I think there will be some shifting around for our roster after this year.
Yeah.
Well, the double whammy on my weekend is that West Ham tied Man City.
Huge.
1-1, which great for Arsenal. Again, miserable for Spurs fans in every capacity, which is ridiculous. But that one dents their title chances and gives West Ham a lifeline to stay above that relegation zone. United beat Villa 3-1. I think it's got to be said, Bruno Fernandes is really good at football.
I agree.
Yeah, man, you should have.
I say we can just leave it there, though.
He's really good at football.
Dobes needs some,
I think I got a stat somewhere.
I'm gonna say this live on camera. Dobes needs to tuck it in his boxers, bro. He needs to tuck it and wrap it, dude. Because every time Bruno does something crazy, my phone blows up. And just tuck it, bro.
But your phone probably be blowing up a lot lately.
It has been, dude. Bruno's the best player in the league. I'll say it.
Yeah.
Nick, he's the best player in the league. There's nobody better than him. Nobody.
He's playing a lot less games
You said
than everybody else.
He's the best player in the league, bro. Who's better than Bruno?
He's the freshest.
I have a hard time arguing it. I think he's incredible, and His ability to slip passes is second to probably none. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a.
Yeah, well, that's our United Corner representation for the day. So, congrats on the win there, Dobes and Hen. You're welcome. Butchie said it. Butchie gave you a nice little soundbite for the future. You can have that.
Yeah.
Butchie said it.
Freshest team in the league, 1 game a week. Well on you, lads. Anyway, Liverpool Tottenham, which would have been a rather large game over the last couple of years, and it only was large this year because Liverpool's fighting for a top 4 spot and Tottenham is fighting to stay in the league. It's an awesome position to be in. I tell you what, there's something I've never had a relegation battle before. You pull a point where you shouldn't pull a point. It feels pretty good.
Yeah, dude.
I've never had this feeling. I was the second most emotional about a Tottenham result. No, let's put it like 5th or 6th most emotional about a Tottenham point than I've ever been. And that's behind a Champions League final. That's behind a Europa League final, Champions League semifinal, quarterfinal. 1-1. Dominic Szoboszlai free kick direct goal. And a Richarlison last minute 90th tap in. Butchie, I will let you take the lead on this one.
Shit, man. I mean, huge point for you, bro. You probably felt that. You probably felt that in your plums, bro. You felt that in your plums.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I almost teared up. It was unreal.
I mean, you need every point you can get, man. And so do we. We're trying to get in the Champions League, man. We need if we would have,
Loved it.
Yeah, you huge for you. Like all we had to do was close the game out, and you're in the top 4. You're in 4th place. You're You're 3 points behind United. So if they lose a game, you're in 3rd. Like, we're there. And then we have done so bad at. Did you see the stat line, Hoob, on USA Network? They put it at the top. Liverpool's given up the most 90-plus minute goals to lose of any team in the league.
Yep.
It's so bad, bro. We give up so many late goals this year. It's mind-boggling. Yeah, dude. I mean, congrats to you, man. Like, you're one of my best friends, and I don't want to see your club in the fucking championship. So congrats to you. But I'm going to go through my list of players that I want to sell. You ready? Here we go.
Okay, so before you go through this list, you're also slot out, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, get that bald frog out of here, bro. and I mean, I'm losing my hair. Huh? Get him out. No, get him out, bro. All right, here we go. I want Joseph Gomez, sayonara. Konate, sayonara. Robertson, love you, legend, sayonara. Endo, literally sayonara. I know you isn't that Japanese? Let's see here.
Literally sayonara.
I'll keep everybody else in the midfield. I'm gonna keep Curtis Jones. Flan may disagree. I'm gonna keep Curtis Jones. We need some depth. Okay. Salah, I've been on this. Bye. Did you guys see how bad his sharpness was?
Bad.
Dude. Bro, did you see that chance he had on his right foot hoof where it did hit off Vicario? We should have got a corner.
Yep.
A year ago, he's already in the corner celebrating.
Dude, I don't think it was on net even at the Vicario touch.
Bro, dude, get him out. See you later. And then Chiesa, bye-bye. And then I can't wait to say this one. Get Arnie Slot's adopted son, Gakpo, the fuck out of my club. Okay? Dude, you know what's funny is before the game, was that 8 players, Nikki? 7? 6, 7? All right, before the game I said, I saw the lineup and I texted Dobes. I go, Gakpo's our 9. We're not winning the game. And,
that made no sense.
Bro, Ekitike, why did he not start?
Why are you not starting Ekitike?
Bro, He came on. He was the best player. He was the best player on our team for 20 minutes. He got best.
Soboslai is the best player on your team.
Oh, no doubt. No, Soboslai. I told Dobes this actually this morning. He disagreed.
Honestly, that's who I would honestly argue who's one of the better players in the league with fucking Bruno.
He's one of the best players in the league, Soboslai. No question.
I agree with you. The fact that he can command a midfield and then just go back and play right back too.
Hot take is I said Soboslai should be in the team of the year at right back, and he's not even a right back. Okay. And they said Timber. I said, give me Soboslai.
That is a hot take.
No, I'm taking him over Timber.
Bro, Soboslai's got 19 goal involvements. He's played right back 75% of the year.
He gets a free kick and I'm going, it's in.
Bro, but that's a weapon. That's
what I'm saying. He's fucking so good.
He's got 5 free kick goals.
So good.
Like, okay, but yeah, Hoove. I have 8. Was that 7 or 8? 7, 8? I have 7 players I want out. And Arnie Slot, get him out. Okay. I'm all in on Xabi Alonso in the summer. Bring him here.
Yeah.
Get him here. He's going to bring in 4 or 5 guys that are going to fit his system, which is a great system. Yes, go ahead, Nick.
Sorry, it's funny when Butch the teacher's talking. I feel like I have to fucking raise my hand. There's one guy that you didn't mention in those 7 that I have a question about.
Go ahead.
Because honestly,
don't say
I'll give him some flowers. He's probably one of the better Premier League center backs of all times.
Don't even ask me this, bro.
But the man is definitely on the decline.
You can't get rid of him, bro.
So you think Virgil van Dijk should be your starting center back next year?
Yes.
Okay.
That's yes, right. Because think about. I want you to think about something. Okay.
I need to see him with another center back partnership because I think he's getting fucked right now. I agree with that.
Konate's been buns. Joe Gomez, like, dude, what?
Yeah.
And then the Italian kid tore his ACL, huh?
Yeah. Before Virgil was so good, he could carry both center backs. He was that good. Like he had the speed, he had the smarts, he had the strengths to where he could make up for how bad his partner was. Now he's at the point where I don't think that's the case, and he actually needs a competent, decent center back to be partnered with because he's not as fast, he's not as quick, and his physicality hasn't dropped, but he's definitely not using it as much. And I think he actually needs a good center back. So I don't think I hate your take as him starting next year. You just need to have those conversations at least now because you guys need to start focusing on because I think that's one of the reasons you guys were so good for those couple of years was your defense was so fucking strong. You guys weren't getting scored on. You had Robertson in his prime. You had fucking Allison playing well. Virgil van Dijk was the best center back in the fucking world at the time. And Trent was but you guys had a decent back four. And I think if you guys aren't rebuilding that, and right now Kirkez looks not great either. So who are you guys bringing in at the defensive side that's going to replace some of these old guys?
Well, we can't sell Kirkez because we spent so much money on him. You got to give him time. So it's let me give you a stat line before Hoove says his 6 cents. Okay. In that game, Virgil had 2 tackles, 1 block, 5 clearances, 3 headed clearances, and 2 recoveries. Okay. That's
one of those should have been a red card, but continue.
Could have been.
Could have.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay. That's allegedly. Okay. Joe Gomez, on the other hand, had no tackles, 3 clearances, 3 headed clearances, 1 interception, 3 recoveries. Joe Gomez had a 6.5 rating. Virgil had a 7.5. Okay. So
and Joe Gomez was in no man's land.
To be fair, Nick said it. Virgil literally almost did exactly what Nick said he did for years is he carried both center backs because Joe Gomez is that bad. Okay. He's that bad that he had to do 2 people's job. Robbo did not have a good game at all. Mm-hmm. And then Soboslai played really well, but he's out of position. And yeah. So
I was going to say the goal, as much as we were just gassing Soboslai and talking shit on your other back, Soboslai was not in position.
No, he wasn't.
That. He was gone.
That's where he needs to be in that, and he was not there.
No, he for sure was caught out, and he's lucky. I mean, he's lucky he scored a great goal because otherwise he'd be getting a lot of shit from the media right now. But Bradley's been out since December and season-ending knee injury, and then we lost Leone ACL. Then we lost Frimpong for like 3 months. Like we've had guys who were just like, and now Frimpong's playing right wing, dude.
Yeah.
You want me to be honest?
I could have seen that coming though.
I was kind of saying this is because I think the biggest mistake you guys did was not signing Guiu and signing Isak. I think that was the biggest mistake you guys ever made. And like, I really think you guys are seeing it now because defensively you're not in a good spot.
No, we could have spent 150 million on 3 backs, and when Konate leaves on a free, we could have been like, okay, peace. I don't even care. I got 3 great backs. Now we're gonna. Well, we are getting the
center backs anymore, dude, and it pisses me off.
Huh?
I said people aren't valuing center backs and defenders anymore, and it's making me mad.
I think center backs, wing backs are valued, but center backs are.
Dude, one of the funniest things that I read last year that I believed in my soul was that someone's going to come in and sign Frimpong and assume that they're getting a right back. And that couldn't be further from the truth. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, dude.
Like, he's better in the attacking sense. He's a great, wing back in a 5-back system, but he doesn't have the productive output to be, front 3. And he's not amazing defensively to be in a back 4. Like,
that's why I want Alonso, dude. If we get Xabi Alonso, he's going to play his little 3-4-3. And then you're going to get, dude, Frimpong's going to destroy people on that side because he's got 3 center backs behind him. He can just bomb forward. Like, you got Virgil. We're going to have to spend money again because we do have the French kid coming in. Now that French kid's going to have to play. Like, that kid's going to have to play right off the rip.
We almost signed him. He looks pretty good.
He's good, but we're going to have to get another one for depth. We're going to have to get another center back, and then the Italian kid will be back off his ACL. So we'll have 4, maybe 5, because they probably won't sell Joe Gomez because they're freaking heads up their bum hole. And then
you guys want Fofana?
Hell no, dude.
I'll give you Dragishin on free. I'll pay you to take Dragishin.
Give me Mickey Van de Ven, bro. If Spurs go down, give me Mickey, bro. Right now. Take Mickey, dude. Or I'll take Romero. Give me 2 psychos in my team.
The fact that you just said, give me Romero.
Bro, Romero is a stud. He's just a psychopath. Like, we all know this. He's a sociopath, but he is a – dude, Romero won the World Cup, dude. Started every game. What are we doing?
You talk to anyone on that team who the best center back they've ever played with, too.
Nick, he is 2 times better than every center back at your club. He's won 2 Copa Americas and a World Cup. Bro.
And a Europa League final.
The only thing Trevor Chalobah's done is cut off his dreads. Come on, bro.
On the back of the greatest player of all time.
Huh?
On the back of the greatest player of all time.
Bro, but I'm saying he was very good. Bro, that's even more clout for Romero. He was playing next to Uncle Otamendi, who's 39.
Don't disrespect Otamendi.
Okay, come on, fam.
Don't disrespect Otamendi.
You're not allowed to like Otamendi and hate Romero.
They're both psychos.
They're the same. They're the same.
They are 100% the same. I hate both of them, but Otamendi was a good center back.
He still is, to be fair.
You're delusional.
But yeah, so I'm done. That's my rant, bro. Hoove.
Yeah. Here's what I was gonna say about the youth. Rio in Gumalma had Pedro Porro on ice skates.
You did, bro.
Dude, he was good. I thought his cameo was electric, and I think he's the reason that Ekitike doesn't start because Slot has an inability to not play Gakpo. So that he was great.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, my piece is that Vicario is one of the worst keepers. Actually, I think Vicario is the worst starting keeper in the league. I think that's actually statistically proven. His wall was wrong. He got a whole hand on the shot from Szoboszlai, and he pushes it into his own net. He's got the biggest bozo gene of anyone on the squad, which is saying something because there's a lot of bozos on the squad.
I'd take him over Sanchez.
Dude, I'd do a straight swap. I would give him to you tomorrow. Yeah, I've thought a lot about if we do go down, and I've kind of like built up in my mind what that team's going to look like. I think Kevin Danso's a really solid center back, and I think he put in a shift against Liverpool, and he's going to be, if we do go down, he's the center back that stays most likely, and we've got a stud, and
with Archie Gray,
future leader with Archie Gray. Yeah. Yeah, man, it was like we're playing relegation ball now. And if that's what it's going to be, then just commit to it. We played a 4-4-2 and we're compact the whole time. And truthfully, should Liverpool maybe have had one more, two more? Maybe. Yeah, but they didn't. Richie had two golden opportunities, one right at Allison that could have gone in. Relegation Richarlison is real. Like that. I don't rate him as one of the best strikers in the league, not even top 10, but that's the guy who I want leading the line right now. He's been there, he's done this, he's seen it with Everton, he's saved Everton from relegation. You keep him on the field. I think Solanke has a hard time
he's the guy that gives a fuck. Like,
dude,
didn't care about this.
I can list on one hand how many players I think actually give a shit.
Yeah,
Richarlison, Archie Gray, Tell. I think Porro is acting like he cares. He's trying his best. Danso, and then maybe Solanke. And that's pretty much my list of comprehensive guys who care about keeping this team in the league. So it was relegation ball, but if that's what it's going to be, then fine. Commit to it and be good at it. And that's exactly what it was. Like, set pieces were killer. Long ball from Vicario up, that Andy Robertson should have dealt with, 1-2 over to Richie, who pushes it away. Like, it was a scuffed finish. It wasn't nice. It wasn't fancy. It just went in, and that's the only thing that matters at the moment. So, Radu Dragusin, though, dude, that guy is buns. He is
buns, bro.
So bad, and it's like, he's got this agent too who keeps coming out and saying like, well, if he's not playing, we'll maybe look to, he's more of a team for Roma, or he's more, one of these days we'd like him to see at Madrid. And it's like, brother, you better hope he's not at Coventry next year, because this guy is ass.
Coventry.
This guy stinks.
Stinks, dude. And it's like, there's no reason for me to hit on the injury situation because everyone knows how bad it is, yada, yada, yada. But it's bleak. Like, the team that we have, should they stay up from relegation? 100%. Should they do much better than that? I'm not so sure. This is a Bournemouth, Brentford level team that we're putting out, but they're doing okay. So do okay. Win the games you're supposed to win.
You guys. I'm gonna say this though, Who. I thought you guys did do a good job of staying in the game.
Yeah.
Like you created a couple, like Richarlison had a sitter in the first half. He should have scored, bro. That cross on his head and he headed it wide, like, you got to score. And you had a couple other chances, and group chat was I was like, shit, we could be 1-1 at like the 50th, maybe halftime. Yeah. And then we had our chances that freaking Salah scuffs and somebody else scuffs. And you're like, this game is just ugly. It was just an ugly game.
Yeah, it was. And, you sometimes you just got to win what you've got. But, like, dude, we had 7 of 9 available bench players. Like, you're right. Like, you just stay in the game. I thought Xavi Simons looked decent, the best he'd maybe had in the last few games when he came on. Truthfully, dude, this Callum Alusi kid was great through the middle of the park. I don't understand why we're not really, like, putting more youth in to just, like, that kid, Callum, who came through the ranks, he cares. Archie Gray cares. This James Roswell kid, who I've never heard of in my life, I know for a fact he cares.
He cares.
Like, bro, it's just like the management, and it all comes back to front office. Like, truthfully, bro, like, we could blow this squad up next year, and I would be okay with it. Like, if we stay up, we send Mickey out to Barca for $100 million. If Romero wants to stay, awesome. If he doesn't, he is born and bred for Atletico Madrid. He deserves to play with Simeone. So, like, you know, some of this, I'm watching it go through and happen, and it's like, all right, I know a couple of these guys don't care. They can just go. We're seeing we're seeing what everyone's actually made of in the position we're in now. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I was so happy for the point. It keeps us out of the zone. A lot of the other teams around us in that position, you know, got a point this weekend. And maybe it just sparks something. Maybe something changes. Like, it was such a good scene at the end of the game. They were going over to the fans. The fans, truthfully, dude, we've not left Anfield with many points when our team was healthy. Like, when we had a good squad, that meant a lot to the fans. Just the fact that there was some fight and some care and some, you know, some effort, and they're, you know, laying it on line for the badge. It was so good to see. It was such a, you know, breath of fresh air and a sigh of relief that we pulled a point. The only 2 points we have in the league this year against City and Liverpool. Imagine that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, dark days, but I'm feeling okay today for the first time in a long time. So, hopefully that can continue, gentlemen.
It's just, dude, we're all gonna have to watch Arsenal hold the damn trophy.
Hold up. Don't fucking say it.
I'm not even putting it into
Listen,
existence until it's there.
Dope says I'm a literal jinx, so I'm gonna say it, and then they'll fumble it. Okay, Arsenal.
I'll give you that.
Win. There we go.
I'll give you that.
There's the
Fine.
jinx. Okay, but
I hate hearing it.
Huh?
I just hate hearing it.
It's a World Cup year, so no one's gonna care. It's okay.
Facts.
You keep saying that, but we have a guy named John Paul in our group message who I promise you will fucking never let us hear down.
He's gonna let us all know, that's for sure.
Well, moving on, we do want to glance on, since we didn't have the pod last week, we did have Champions League. Few of the bigger, notable, we are related to results. Arsenal Leverkusen 1-1. Arsenal with a deviously late equalizer on a flop from Madwicki. And I think everyone and their brother would agree, outside of the Arsenal faithful, that is a pretty standard situation. Handed a PK, tucked it away, is what it is. Leverkusen looks pretty good, held on tight, but they will return to the Emirates this week. Chelsea, PSG, we do not have to dive too far into it, Nikki, because I have the exact same result on my end, but we saw PSG just absolutely put on the Jets at the end of that game.
Yeah, they were scoring on every counter. It's what happens when you have talented front three. When you give them chances like we usually do in the Prem, they're going to score those goals. I also think, like, early on, we were definitely in it, and there was a couple of interesting calls that I think changed the outcome of this game. But I definitely think this is going to be hard to come back from. I hate the late goals, because if we keep this to a 1-2 goal deficit, I'm a little bit confident going in, but 3 goals is hard to ask. So we'll see.
That'll definitely be an interesting return game. From one keeper error to another.
Mm-hmm.
Spurs Atlético was just completely shambolic. And the funniest part about this,
keep going, sorry.
The funniest part to me, it might have been one of our best games in a while. We actually looked pretty decent after Kinski gives up 3 goals.
Bro.
In the first 15 minutes.
Can I hear your thoughts on the decision to pull him?
Terrible.
Because I've seen both. And I personally think it was terrible. And I think it might have ruined his career for him. But I also want to get your perspective as far as a Spurs fan who's like, we're trying to win this game. We're about to get relegated. The Champions League is fucking super important to us right now. I kind of want to see your perspective of are you mad with the decision to take him off? Because I think pulling him in that is the worst thing you could do for him. Literally the worst thing you can do. The game's gone. It's going to be almost impossible for you guys to come back. And then to pull him on top of it, I think it's a huge slap in the face.
Yeah. I don't know about the decision. I don't know about the decision to pull him. I will say I was 100% on board with him starting the game. Like,
Okay.
comfortably excited about. I texted Dobes and Hen, and I was like, all caps, Kinski's in, let's go. I was pumped. I was clearly wrong. The issues with it.
Defenders didn't help him. Defenders didn't help him.
No. Defenders didn't help him, but that's like, from Vicario to Kinski, the biggest change in what we were getting was how we play out of the back. Like, the ball that was sent to him that he whiffed on was a ball that I was expecting, a comfortable pass, swung to the side, and we go. Like, he was good at that. The slips, Mickey slips on one, that's not his fault. There's nothing he can do about that. He slips on the other one. That is absolutely not his fault either. I think it's devastating. It's a shame, but like there's nothing he can do. And I think there's some massive dark arts on the Atletico Madrid side, extra water on the pitch, or some, because like that's apparently been a theme all through La Liga season too. I don't know how I feel about him getting pulled. I think it's devastating, and I don't know where and how you come back from that. But it's the Champions League, and then on the flip side, Vicario lets in a goal that I think Kinski saves. Like, it's such a weird dynamic of what you do in the moment and how do you approach that. And then honestly, dude, the squad played after we were down 3-0. They played pretty well. You chalk those 3 goals off. It's 2-2. Atletico Madrid was good, but the score line is 2 slips and a mistake out of the back, like that. It sucks to see, and it's going to be impossible to come back from. We're going to see a low block like we've never seen, terrorism at levels that Al Qaeda could dream of, because Atletico Madrid's going to sit it in, pack it in, and not touch the ball all day. They're just going to clear it up the field, and they should. They have every right to, because we don't really have a comprehensive flow and attack at the moment. So it's that was a weird one. The turnaround game's not going to be great. I think we could win, but I don't think we cover the deficit. It's been a great Champions League run thus far, but honestly, dude, like, I want to stay in the league. Like, are we rotating guys? Is that the plan, to stay healthy for Nottingham Forest? We've got Nottingham Forest at home on the weekend. It's a huge game. It's a 6-pointer, bro. Yeah. It is a relegation 6-pointer. I saw somewhere too that the only reason that Forest is where they're at is because of all of the goals they gave up when Ange was their coach. He's single-handedly saving us from relegation with both his Nottingham Forest deficit and where he was last year.
That's actually hilarious. That's such an interesting take, because I agree with you, Hoove. Like,
yeah, what do you do?
Start the 16-year-olds. Give them some Champions League experience. Hell fucking yeah.
For sure.
I mean, do we risk a Romero injury or a Archie Gray injury?
Just send them to 21.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They might look better, to be honest, but that'll be an interesting one. And then Liverpool, Galatasaray, 1-0 to Galatasaray at home. And Butchie, truthfully, Butchie, what?
I was just saying, Butchie, how are we feeling about that?
That's a decent result.
We're gonna wrap up quick. I've said everything I need to say. I'm not trying to get pissed. If we lose to the Turkish team, I know they're a good team, but if we
want him out,
yeah, he's gone, bro. Dude, he has to be gone.
Really?
This is our last chance to win a trophy. This is it. If we get knocked out and you spend $500 million and you don't win any of the 4 trophies, see you later, dude. Bro,
I think that's fair.
I think that's fair too.
Nobody can say he should stay. That's it.
Brother, if he was at Chelsea, he would have been fired 4 months ago.
Bro,
dude,
I was asking for him to be fired.
I'm devil's advocate here. It was not a bad result and a terrible place to play.
It is a hard place.
I think you guys are going to be okay in this tie. Like,
Galatasaray is a good team, dude.
Yeah, but it's all a bunch of the streets will never forget ballers
and true, though.
And Oshiman. Like, that's it.
That's
you know what I mean? We should be beating these guys at home.
Bro, I'm telling you, we are not like we're gonna lose. This team, like,
And
we're gonna
he
get
should
knocked
be
out.
back, like the next day.
Yes,
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah,
you
100%.
have to, dude.
I love seeing Butch say that.
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, sack him on Thursday. Give me Stevie G till the end of the year. Okay, give me Stevie G. Let him come in, and he knows the club. Let him come in and just do his thing, get us in the top 4, and then hire Xabi Alonso. I'm happy. Shit.
This is fair. That's a fair take.
So angry.
Well, gentlemen, we'll go ahead and just put Bitchy out of his misery here, and we will wrap this pod up. Thank you again for joining. Vibes were high despite the results across the board, frankly. So, well done, gentlemen. Make sure to follow us on the socials: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter's been active. We're up on YouTube. Anywhere you get your podcast content, we are there. Somehow still doing this. I'm not gonna lie, lads. We've been ripping this for years, and I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just never thought we'd get here, and it's awesome, and it's a privilege, and I appreciate the fact that I get to do this with you guys every week. So, if there's any sponsors out there, if you made it this far, we are easy to sponsor, gentlemen. I promise. You can give us a bag of peanuts, and we will say your name of your company at the beginning of this episode. We'll give you. We'll go the furthest extent of the world if you need a sponsor, and we get. What was it, Nikki? Like,
we also just need to check our DMs.
yeah, I guess that's probably true.
People are just DMing us, and no one's responding.
I'll give you our stats right now. We got a couple hundred downloads every pod. We've got a good chunk of monthly listeners. Butchie's got someone out listening to us in Frankfurt, Germany. We're international. We can do anything. Anything you want, we will do.
Yep.
And the price is cheap. Just know that. Just know that. But well done, lads. Appreciate it. We'll wrap up. We'll catch you all next week.
Cheers, blokes.
Cheers.